Hey Buckeyes, and welcome to this week's episode of the Sports Perspective on Buckeye TV. I'm Alexander Mardich.
And I'm Michaela Street. So Alex, what did you think of the blowout between Ohio State and Purdue this weekend?
Well, the Buckeyes definitely displayed their dominance once again, and it honestly wasn't very close. We begin the show with the Ohio State football team. They held on to the nation's longest win streak at 21 straight games after last weekend's beating of the Purdue Boilermakers 56-0. With more coverage from the past game, sports director Brad Comer was in West Lafayette with your Buckeye TV postgame report.
Welcome to this edition of the Buckeye TV postgame report. I'm Brad Comer. Now, Ohio State and Purdue, that has always been a tough matchup for the Buckeyes in the past several seasons, and they've always struggled in recent years playing here in West Lafayette. Well, with a 28-0 lead in the first quarter, this game got way carried away with the Buckeyes beating the Boilermakers 56-0. Now, the Ohio State offense had 640 yards of total offense in this game, and according to the coaches and players, this might be the most complete game the offense has had since Urban Meyer has taken over in his second season.
It's our offense line is blocking people. There's a bunch of targets. Our tight end had a great day today. And the one thing about when you play with extended receivers, more than one, you can kind of more than two. It's not you're saying get the ball to him. The defense dictates where the ball goes. We're just push the fast rewind button to 1 year ago facing the same team. Who are you going to throw the ball to? I don't know. Now you got 5-6 targets that you actually want to see the ball in their hands, and they've earned that right.
It was a good game, and we had a good game plan coming in, and they gave us some things that we thought they were going to give us, and our O-line executed the protection awesome, and Braxton threw some awesome balls, and so it just worked out in our favor.
It's just preparation on Sundays and Mondays. Coming there on the off time and figure out what type of defense they run and how they like to play third down. Big third down is big in the game too. So.
Oh man, it's great for the team, for our confidence. We got a lot of young guys, and it's great for the older guys to step up every day and just keep leading. And we told them about the environment out here. Our last 2 times here, we didn't go good. So, and them the only 2 times I had to come here. So to end it off like this today was great.
It's a great time for a bye week. You know why? Because that's what it is. So we're just taking a positive approach to it. And like I said, it'll be a very intense bye week because we got to make sure we're coming back faster and stronger than we went into the bye week, and that has to happen.
Now, the 640 yards of total offense marked the 4th time this season Ohio State has had over 600 yards in total offense this season. A couple injury reports I should mention. Taylor Decker came down with an MCL sprain. He's expected to miss 1 to 2 weeks. Michael Bennett had a stinger in this game. He's expected to rest during the bye week. Now, Ohio State's next opponent will also be on the road in Champaign, Illinois against the Illinois Fighting Illini. Ohio State, by the way, will rest during the bye week as they go into Champaign the week after. From West Lafayette, I am Brad Comer, Buckeye TV Sports.
Let's take a look at this week's BCS standings. For the 3rd straight week, the Alabama Crimson Tide remained atop the standings, while Florida State climbed back to number 2 after a convincing victory against the Miami Hurricanes. Oregon fell to number 3, the Buckeyes stayed at number 4, and the Stanford Cardinal rounded out the top 5.
Ohio State quarterback Braxton Miller was poised to have a breakout season in 2013. Miller's Heisman campaign may be over after missing 3 games this season, but he's in the running for a different award. On Monday, Braxton Miller was named a semifinalist for the Davey O'Brien Quarterback Award. Miller ranks 4th nationally in completion percentage, 7th nationally in passing efficiency, and has tossed 15 touchdowns, the 2nd most in the Big Ten Conference.
Oh, I absolutely can get better each and every day. Just always a day you can get better at something. It's just passing, throwing the ball. Fundamental-wise, being vocal, leader-wise, just coming out early before anybody else, carry out your fakes. This is always something you can get better at.
Braxton Miller isn't the only player making waves. Junior linebacker Ryan Shazier was named the Law Impact Player of the Week for his efforts in the Buckeyes' 56-0 victory over Purdue. Shazier recorded 7 total tackles against the Boilermakers, in which 3 for loss of yards and 2 sacks. The 3rd-year linebacker leads the Silver Bullets with 73 total tackles this season.
The Ohio State Buckeyes have had the pleasure to enjoy 1 bye week this season, but after the win at Purdue the previous weekend, the schedule shows that Ohio State will indeed take another week off. In the past 2 weeks, OSU has outscored opponents 119-14 and appears to be riding some serious momentum in the past 2 games. Would this team rather keep playing instead of taking another rest? Players and coaches weigh in.
You know, you got to rest your body throughout the season, and we was fortunate to have 2 byes this year, and you know, just take advantage of that and get healthy.
It's a 4-horse race right now. We have to do everything in our power to not let somebody from behind stop or jump us, but we're absolutely interested in it because it's no longer a case of, you know, us just playing our best. We also have to have somebody else, you know, not play their best.
The chase is on, man. It's real.
Yeah.
Our goal is to get to November and be competing for something, so absolutely it's on. You come back 5 pounds overweight, you act like a jerk over the weekend, you do something wrong, then you're not part of the chase, and that person won't be back. I mean, that's a bad deal.
The OSU marching band has been enjoying some viral success these past couple weeks, but how was the best damn band in the land greeted when they traveled to Purdue last weekend? Our station manager, Asia Gore, has more on this story.
A 56-0 defeat may leave many Purdue fans on a sour note, but the unity between the 2 bands at the end of the game played to a different tune.
We have great respect for Ohio State. They were wonderful hosts to us last year when we brought our band to Ohio Stadium, and we're very glad that John Waters wanted to bring his band here to Purdue. And we know that anytime that the Ohio State band and the Purdue band appear on the same field, it's going to be a spectacular series of halftime shows.
Purdue, that was a good performance. I actually really enjoyed it. I'm a Star Wars fan. It was pretty good. And they got the big drone thing going for them, but Ohio State's band is pretty good. I would say the band should have a competition outside of football, like just one-on-one, and it would be interesting to see how it goes.
But the band members say their performances aren't really about beating the other bands.
We're all friends through music. It's fun to encourage each other and to see what the other band is bringing to the table, and it's constantly just a shock and awe from all the programs we see. It's just fun to see the different styles and what they bring to the table and to the field and to their bands.
And the fans are more than happy to receive it, as Boilermakers and Buckeyes alike cheered on both halftime performances. Ohio State's band changed up last weekend's performance to show T-Rex eating Purdue's big rival, the Indiana Hoosier.
Ohio State used an opportunity to get a dig on Indiana in their show too, and I know our fans here at Ross State really appreciated that.
In appreciation for tradition as well, as Carmen, Ohio played throughout Ross State Stadium. And a slight deviation from tradition as the Buckeyes celebrate their 21st straight win this season. For Buckeye TV, I'm Asia Gore.
Coming up next, how did the men's basketball team fare in their exhibition game against Walsh? We will have that story after the break. The Buckeyes men's basketball team begins the regular season this Saturday against Morgan State. But before the season opener, Ohio State participated in a quick warm-up against Division II Walsh. The Buckeyes defeated the Cavaliers 93-63 as junior forward LaQuinton Ross led all scorers on the floor with 15 points. OSU's regular season opener begins this Saturday at noon inside Value City Arena.
The women's basketball team also played in an exhibition last weekend, defeating Bellarmine 101-48 at Value City Arena. The Lady Buckeyes open the season this Friday at West Virginia and are prepared to endure the tough non-conference slate that always awaits them.
You know, we have a very, very difficult non-conference schedule, and you know, we're going to have to battle through some adversity. We're going to learn a lot about our team, and you know, I'm the biggest thing about it. I'm hopeful that really prepares us and really shows us what we need to work on.
As I told you after the game, we need to, you know, practice on being more disciplined. You know what I'm saying? For, you know what I'm saying, the more challenging teams, we definitely have to be more disciplined, or they will get buckets.
Ohio State not only has a women's collegiate hockey team, but they also have a club team here on campus as well. Our sports reporter Jordan Elwood got us an inside look on the fun and difficulties of being a club hockey player.
The Ohio State University ice rink is sandwiched between St. John's Arena and the ROTC building on campus. The 1,000-seat rink is not only home of the varsity women's hockey team and open to public skating, it's home of the women's club hockey team, who are passionate enough about hockey to forgo the difficulties of being a club sport.
Like, getting recognition as being an athlete. You know, the varsity athletes get days off of school whenever they want, as long as they have the letter, everything works out well for them. For us, it's a little bit more complicated. Our professors aren't obligated to give us any time off. Getting funding for our team is hard. We're completely funded by ourselves.
The women raised money for their team by selling concessions at Nationwide Arena, cleaning up the Schottenstein Center after hockey and basketball games, and reaching out to local businesses for support. The women practice 2 nights a week after 9 o'clock.
The late night practices can be a little tough sometimes. It takes a lot of time management skills. Definitely have to try and get the homework done before practices. And then, sometimes on the weekends, we'll miss out on some things that we wouldn't be missing out on if we were here. But it's all worth it.
Despite the difficult hours, the team finds strength in each other and they appreciate the opportunity to play hockey.
Being with the team, I love, like your hockey team's your second family, so just the camaraderie and being with all the girls, you have like an automatic family coming to school.
To not take anything for granted, I would say, is the biggest part, because we're very lucky to have this opportunity to continue to play hockey in college. A lot of people don't have that chance to play the sport that they love most, and I'm just grateful.
The players wouldn't be able to participate in the game if it weren't for their coaches.
We love our coaches. They put a lot of time and effort into our team. They are completely volunteer.
Head coach Abby Taylor is a student at the School of Veterinary Medicine. Assistant coach Troy Bennett has a family and children, and yet they volunteer to coach and travel to games with the women.
I think it's a lot to say that they love our team, they love the game, and I think that's a big difference than a lot of teams have.
For these women, hockey is more than an extracurricular activity, it's a way of life.
Playing club hockey teaches a lot about just hard work, dedication, all of these skills that we learn here, I feel like carry over really well into just everyday life.
It's a lot of people would consider this a brute sport, and the fighting, and it's got a certain reputation, but this game has such a grace to it that when you're on the ice, it's just definitely cool to play.
Jordan Elwood, Buckeye TV Sports.
Well, that is all we have today for the Sports Perspective. I am Alexander Mardich.
And I'm Michaela Street. Be sure to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. Have a nice night.